You've been told be mysterious. Don't let her fully read you. Keep her a little off balance, keep her guessing, because apparently a man who's too easy to understand isn't exciting. So what do? You hold back. You respond slower than you want to. You keep your cards close. You don't voice your feelings. You give her just enough to stay interested, but not enough to feel secure. And you think you're playing it smart, but here's what's actually happening in her head when you're doing that. And I promise you it's not excitement. Welcome to the Dating Rulebook is Wrong series. I'm Mariana, dating and relationship coach. And today we are going to talk about what men think is mystery and what a woman actually experiences when a man doesn't let her in. Let's get honest. This is one of the most common patterns I see in men. Men can be very strategic, driven, sharp. But the mistake is they apply that same strategic thinking in dating, which means they're keeping information close, not showing their hand, not showing their next move, staying just out of reach. And men genuinely believe that doing this is making them more attractive. But here's the thing, a woman who wants something real, who is ready for a serious relationship, who's over the games. I'm talking about the high quality woman. Being deliberately hard to read is not going to land for them. They're not going to accept it. For them, it lands as one or two things: disinterest or emotional unavailability, and they're not interested in either of those qualities. So she starts looking elsewhere. So let's break down what's actually happening. First, what men mean when they talk about being mysterious. They think it's holding back, not showing your hand, making sure that she can't fully read where she stands with you, texting back slowly even though you want to text back right away. It feels like a strategy, feels like control. And in a world where you've been told whoever cares less has more power, okay, it makes sense if you're following those rules. But here's what she's experiencing on the other end of that. It's not intrigue, it's simply anxiety. And I really want you to hear this. Women are wired neurologically to assess safety in relationships. That is a number one thing for women. And that's not weakness, it's not neediness, it's just how the brain works when you're evaluating whether someone is safe to be with or not. And so what happens when she can't get a clear read on you because you're not being clear, because you are being mysterious, when the signal keeps changing, where you're making her guess, her nervous system will not interpret that as a challenge to rise up to. It interprets it as a warning sign. The feeling that she gets from your uncertainty is not, oh, he's so interesting, I need to figure him out. It's more along the lines of, I don't know where I stand, something feels off, I don't feel safe. And that's not the foundation of attraction. That is the beginning of her filing you under too much effort. And now here's the second thing, and this is really important. The woman who does stay when you are being deliberately unavailable and unreadable is not the woman that you actually want. Think about it. Who responds well to an ambiguous man? Usually someone with anxious attachment. Someone who is used to chasing clarity from men. Someone for whom the chase feels familiar, that feels exciting. Why? Because it's her pattern. In that dynamic, it can feel exciting at first. It might even confuse you and you think it might be chemistry. And you'll end up in this push-pull dynamic where then you're managing her anxiety and she's managing yours. And nobody's actually building something real. But the woman who has done the work, the secure, the self-aware, emotionally intelligent woman, sees deliberate unavailability and thinks to herself, next, I'm done with this guy. I'm not wasting my time here. I'm not wasting my energy here. Because she knows what it costs to be with somebody who she can't reach. She knows the emotional energy that it takes to be with somebody like this. And guess what? She's not doing it again. She healed. She's on to better and bigger things. She's not going to deal with your games. So what you're doing by being mysterious, by playing this game, is you are filtering out the best options. The reason this advice on being mysterious exists is that depth is attractive. Complexity is compelling. A man who has layers, who reveals himself gradually, who isn't an open book in the first 10 minutes. That is interesting. But there's a crucial difference between depth and opacity. Depth is you have a rich inner world. The things that you're passionate about, the things that you're insecure about, just a world full of things that she'll discover over time by getting to know you. Because there generally is a lot to discover about you. Every person has a vast inner world. But opacity is you strategically withholding information and your feelings so she doesn't know where she stands. So depth is naturally compelling. Opacity is just a performance. And guess what? Like I've said, high quality women are interested in depth. And women who have dealt with men who have been playing these mysterious games, and they have dated enough men to know the difference between somebody who's actually being genuine and ones who aren't. They can see right through it. The women who have done the work, the women who have healed. And here's the thing, the most attractive men I've seen are not the mysterious kind. They're simply interesting. They have things that they really care about and are passionate about. They have convictions. They'll tell you exactly what they think about something without flinching if the woman disagrees. They know who they are. And that security means they don't have to hide. They have no reason to play these games. They know who they are. They know what they bring to the table, and they're confident in that. And that's the type of men that high quality women actually want. Not the man who takes 3 hours to respond on purpose, but the man who is so grounded that there's not any performance happening at all. It's always authentic. It's always real. So here's what I want you to walk away with. Stop trying to be a puzzle for her to solve and simply start being a man worth knowing. A man worth knowing is built through investment in your life, in your values, in your growth, your emotional intelligence. Have opinions, have things that you're passionate about and care about. Have a life that's full. Be confident in who you are and what you bring to the table. Let her discover who you are naturally over time as trust builds, as the connection builds. And not because you're strategically releasing information and have this strict timeline, but genuinely because you're allowing things to naturally unfold. Not all up in here. You're also tuning into your heart and letting that carry you through. That's not being overly vulnerable. That's just being secure in who you are and trusting that you know what to do. Being grounded in yourself. That is true power. Groundedness, calmness, security are all qualities that women find compelling and are attracted to. Not mystery, security. There is a version of you that is genuinely compelling. Building that is the work. And it's the most sustainable, most attractive version of yourself that you can bring into the relationship. If you're ready to do that work, if you're ready to become a better man, to better your relationships, book a call with me. I'm always here. I work with so many men to help them improve their relationships and their inner confidence. The link is in the description down below. I'll see you all in the next episode. Okay? Okay.